Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, today I'm going to do a main show, but I also have a special edition on the race issue. So check out both sides, or both shows. Let's get straight to it, right to it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, there was an infamous shooting of an Uber driver by two teenagers. In Baltimore, have you heard the news report the color of the skin of the two shooters? They were black. The Uber driver was white. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, this is an example of how things are covered in today's news by the Communist 10, led by the media. Just think about that. What would be going on in this country if two white teenagers shot a black Uber driver? Well, we know what happens. George Floyd shows what's happening. You have to watch my special edition, folks. It's going to be a little epic. The D.C. mayor actually announced that carjacking is a crime of opportunity. It's the Uber driver's fault. You got to be more careful. That might be a given. A lot of backlash. Twitter's backed off. She deleted the tweet apparently. Also, they're trying to say this police officer that was shot in Texas and killed, they're trying to say that the killer was from Palestine. Check out his photograph. He might be from Palestine, but he's a black guy from Palestine. Again, the manipulation of the news. This is why you and I are getting more and more pissed off. The Derek Chauvin trial, the police officer that killed George Floyd. It's going to be interesting, but what's really sad about this case is not only how the political left took control of it all and what it all led. All it did was lead to violence across this country. Had nothing to do with George Floyd's death. But two things. Number one, the activists are basically saying there better be a conviction or else. So that's how they're trying this case in that climate. There better be a conviction or else. The jury's going to have to decide to convict or not convict, what to convict him of, and decide whether the city gets burned down, I guess. But the other thing is the battle on causation of death. And they want to act like it was meaningless. And remember, that city paid, I think it was $27 million. It's a joke. It's a joke. More black privilege. If you're shot and killed now by a cop, or you're killed by a cop, and you're black in a liberal city, cha-ching. I wonder if there's going to be any outrage over the police officer that was shot in Covington. I don't even know probably nothing. The violence increasing in this country is extraordinary. It's off the charts. The defund the police movement, the riots that were allowed to just take place. I mean, you now have an administration, and I'm going to talk about it in my special edition, where they have no interest in being law and order. Why? Why? Spooky. 1.3 billion in student loans have been canceled. Can you explain to me, can you imagine how it must feel to be somebody who did not go to college because you could not afford it? You're somebody that decided not to go to college, and this debt's getting canceled left and right. Now, granted, if you're somebody who's student debt, everybody has their own selfish reasons. Yeah, it's great for you, but it just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Spread out the payments, cut the interest, no interest, whatever. But to just press the delete button, so wrong. U.S. church membership is now down below 50% for the first time in our history. In 1990, it was 78% people going to church. What does that say about our culture in the last 30 years in America? I'm going to talk about it in our special edition. You need to watch it. I'm putting it all together. Nike and Rolex don't cancel Deshaun Watson's agreements. What does that say? A little black privilege there for Deshaun Watson? I think so. It's incredible. No cancellation yet. What happens if Deshaun Watson is, let's say, a white backup quarterback? What happens then? The CDC director, this woman, oh my God, the Center of Disease and Control, unbelievable. I'm scared. I mean, she just projects everything you don't want in a leadership position. And there's nothing worse, in my opinion, than government using fear upon people. By golly. Oh, I'm scared. Suck it up, Nelly. SEALs, Green Beret, and the Delta Force are now going to have diversity overlooking. I got to ask you a question. Do you want the baddest ass SOBs, be they black, white, yellow, or green, or do you want to make sure that it's diverse? Meritocracy, I say, in our special forces. What do you say? Teflon Hillary. The United States Supreme Court has decided not to hear the case relating to requiring her to testify. Folks, that Supreme Court is so political, and I hate to say it, but it's clear. I mean, it's already happening. It's clear today. Roberts, a failure appointment by Bush, and it looks like Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, they're going to be flops. They get on that court, lifetime appointments. They start reading the newspapers. They start getting hit from their liberal colleagues on the court. And it just, things change. It's happening. Do you trust the U.S. Supreme Court? Here we thought we had a 6-3 Supreme Court that would protect our rights. We thought Amy Coney Barrett would be a checkpoint on Roberts, 5-4. It's not going down that way. LARA Trump joins Fox News. This is great news. LARA Trump's got it going on. She's smart, gives her a lot of attention, and as she runs for the North Carolina Senate seat, she'll be a little better well known. The NFL, cover sports rarely, but I think it's important. Big news, 17-game season. I like it. I like pro football. I admit it. Portland, where's the prosecution? Where are all of the liberal Democrats calling out the attacks upon the sacred Capitol in Portland? No, nothing. Last but not least, and this is the woke story of the day, Australian boys were told to stand up in class and apologize to the girls for being boys. Their male gender. I wonder if that's coming to the United States. I assume it might be. Can you imagine? You're the parent of a boy, and they're going to make you apologize that you're a boy? Scary stuff. Gary, you know what? Scary times to be raising kids. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Tune into my special edition. Fireworks.